Hello Leo, welcome to my YouTube channel and or my Facebook page if you've come across this on Facebook. So as usual, thank you so much for the likes, shares, comments, and also subscribing to my channel. And also for those of you who have followed me and liked on my me on my Facebook page or Instagram as well. So I do encourage, I'm just going to keep saying that for a little while, encourage connecting with both social media platforms because there is there are some changes that are happening for me. And the work that I do, how I'm doing it, and my schedule and all that sort of thing. So you'll find out, and I'm separating them. I'm keeping more of the videos on YouTube now as well, and as well as having different content on the Facebook as well. However, I am going to be putting the links up there for each group that I do. So use normally on Tuesdays, although I'm running a little bit behind time this week. There's a transitioning period that's space that I'm going through as well. So I say as well because obviously you are too. That's pretty cool, eh? So anyway, as you'll see that things are shifting around in my office and my studio space as well, which is, part of getting used to change as well. So anyway, so just, if you can do that, that would be cool. The other thing is these degrees are general, so they may or may not resonate with you. So check out one of your other signs if it doesn't quite fit with you, or it's not, or it doesn't fit with you at all. That's okay. Check out one of your other signs. So this is for Leo, and Leo could be in your chart. In your chart is, oh God, Leo could be. Hang on a minute. Leo could be in your chart, and it could be your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign. So there's somebody out that's with us, or that's with me, that really wants to get going, but they can just jolly well wait. So there may be a little bit of pushing and shoving with you about somebody that's maybe wanting to get something going, or go this way, or do that this way, or do that now, or whatever. And it may be just to get in. It's not necessarily all negative too. So in the sense that, because there may be a part of you, or for not all of you, but for some of you, that's been kind of lagging behind. So whoever it is, or whatever this energy is just kind of giving you a little bit of a jolly along to get cracking, get moving, or get some sort of momentum moving in some sort of way. So there, but even though, and I just hear a but, and it's like, oh, well, this is about you holding yourself up. So, and I'll do, that's why I'm just, there's that, inclination to check out what your other signs, because it may give you a bigger view, or a wider view of what might be going on in different areas of your psyche or your chart, in that sense. So where I'm going with that is, the sun sign is what the sign that I predominantly follow. So which is for me is which is Gemini. So in Libra is in my moon sign, and which is the emotional sign. So, and there are other, then Cancer, and then Pisces, so which are in other signs. So it could be that, in your emotional sign, well, from which is the moon, which is kind of explanatory when we talk about emotions, and the rising is about your soul. So it could be bring more soul, more depth, or more knowing about your soul path, or soul journey, or something like that, or what is something that is going on that is maybe touching your soul at the moment. And then we have Venus, which is connected to love. Okay, so that's what they mean about that. So check out one of your other signs. So that's kind of obviously part of the reading, and a part of it is checking out other parts of you as well, and other areas of your life. So I'm going to start with this this week. So which is the deck along the Rider-Waite decks, created by Juliet Sharman-Burke. Okay, and then also the Starman Tarot. We'll see how I get what comes out. So the King of Wands for you. Okay, fire, Leo, fire. Oh my gosh. So I feel like this is you. charismatic leader. So I kind of feel like something like when they're talking about, and looking's come up next. It's like, okay, the Knight of Wands, energy and action, it's kind of, which is about, you know, getting out there and doing something. And but it's kind of like there may be like this night comes with a little bit of like a little bit more pizzazz about you. So and it may not necessarily be, you know, spirit people, you know, around you who are giving a bit of a jolly up to get up and get moving, or encouraging you to, you know, to move in a certain way or direction or whatever. But I do feel like for some of you who may have been like sitting back or for a little bit, like not so much leaning on the couch, although some of you may be, or maybe just taking a little bit of time to contemplate where you're going, so you're not rushing into it. But some of you may have been sitting back for a little bit too long, okay? And others can see like an opportunity for you to get moving now, but also just want you to help you move out of this funny little space that you may have got yourself into as well. So the King of Wands is a charismatic leader, okay? There's the theme around the King of Wands. So he's obviously, there's these, for you, I'm saying obviously there's a lot, I don't know why I keep saying obviously lately. So I feel like there are some obvious things actually, that, you know, traits about you that you're not recognizing in yourself, and others are. So, and you may, like I say, you may go through this little bit of a slump period for some of you, whether you're a male or a female, but this is being the King of Wands. There may be somebody for some of you Leos that may be not necessarily you, but somebody else that you know that is a fire sign, okay? So, but I'm picking that, you know, because this has come out for you, this is, you know, I'm feeling like this is you. For a lot of you, but there could also be someone like just double saying that again, that you know that is not necessarily a Leo too, but could be an Aries or a Sagittarius as well. So anyway, there's this energy with you know, he's out there, he knows what he's doing, he's very high energy and wanting to motivated. Okay, so generally you may be, you know, usually motivated, but there's a sense that's going back. I do feel like that your imagination may have been overrunning things at the moment, and you may have been putting things in front of you and feeling a little bit overwhelmed with what might be going on, which has created an anxiety, which has made you like sit back a bit because it's like, oh, it's in the too hard fucking basket, you know. But it's like taking one step at a time, okay? But I do feel like it's like also allowing yourself in some ways to, you know, you've allowed just to take some time for yourself as well, but it's kind of like there's this energy of getting moving, because this is, you know, the Knight of Wands, and generally, you know, I feel like there may be a Sagittarius around you that's giving you a bit of a jolly up too, or somebody that's wanting, because he's normally connected with the Sagittarian, so there's somebody around you is like getting you to, trying to get you moving, or is suggesting or encouraging or bringing up a project. So some of you may have actually already stepped into this role, so you may not necessarily be there, but these two come out together. So there is obviously something to do with movement in a project, in a, you know, like it could be to do with a relationship actually, but I'm hearing like business, project, something moving, but also relationship as well. And it may be that you may be holding off on someone through your own insecurities, okay? But there is, you know, bringing out this, you know, I kind of feel like there is, it's like some of you may have been on the spiritual journey, and the spiritual journey may have opened up a can of worms, and it's like, wow, where's that going? So it's just taking one step at a time, okay? Keeping on moving with whatever is going on with you. And you know, dipping your toes in the water just to see what it's like and exploring that. But it's like, there is something about ambition as well, and expansion, and maybe you have gone through a funny little period, and but I'm just hearing for some of yous, like you may be in that now or maybe starting to go there, but it's like, just remember this energy is here. I feel like some of you are coming out of something or going into something, but this King of Wands here, energy is here, is to let you know that something is changing or something is coming up where there is an energy or a boost of energy that's coming up, and so it's like you're feeling all different clues that you've been waiting for or you've just been, even though some of you have been moving along, it's kind of things may have gone a little bit stagnant or a little bit slower than what you're normally used to, or the pace that you're normally used to. But there is, but it may be that you felt like some things have been slowed down, and then I could just see different things coming through, and like other ideas and thoughts that it's kind of maybe not right time to bring the right time or the best time to bring them into fruition. It's like, but things, or to make them happen. So it's like, that's just saying, just keep them there and whatnot. Take this time to rest, to contemplate, but don't be, it's like, like I say, for some of you, it's like you may have got a little bit too lapse in there, but it's time to get moving it again now and bring up this King of Wands energy in you. Because the Knight of Wands is here, so that to me, that's definitely about change, that something is moving. And the Wands, the Knights are usually come through with quite, a fast change. So it usually means that something is moving, is getting moving. So it's time to get moving in again. And this energy is going to make something move as well. Okay, cool. So I feel like you'll feel the energy rising, and coming out, and you've felt it coming, but it's just the timing. So I feel like for a lot of you, the timing is like here, pretty much, and it's time to run with something and get something more moving, whether like that be in a relationship or something, or whatever. So this is the Seven of Wands, and it's tuned up and it's come out in reverse. So it may be that, and this is, the theme around this in this deck is stiff competition. So you may have been like trying to battle off something as well, because this is your stuff, and battle off something, and it may have to do with yourself and or others around you, before you've kind of like gotten into this space. And you may still end up with a battle, and you may see it as like competition or stiff competition, but don't let your head get in the way, okay? I'm saying, because there may be a little bit of competition, or you may see it like that, but that's good. A little bit of stiff competition is good in a way, because it helps us to like find different solutions to get around things. Helps to bring up different new ideas or different ways to get around it or work through it, or go with it or not go with it, or shifting the energy or shifting the way that you're doing it. So this is like in a way a battle within. Okay, because I'm drawing that to you. There's a battle within is what I'm hearing there. So it's at the end of the day, you're the only one that's creating the competition within yourself is what I'm hearing. Not necessarily just those outside, but with those ones are hearing, it may be influenced by others who are outside of it, and it's not just you. It's like, okay, don't buy into that. It's like this is about you making up your own mind and will to do whatever it is that you need to do for you. Wow. Okay, am I going with these? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take these ones because they just flipped all out in there. FYI, I have shuffled these before. I've do every read, and shuffled them again. So, but now, okay, so we have the Strength card. So this is going to take some inner courage, and strength, that is, and self-discipline that is, obviously in a constructive way. Okay. So it's like you can do it, okay? But it's going to take you, like I'm hearing self-discipline is a biggie in many different ways, okay? You'll know what they're talking about. Okay, joy, optimism, clarity of vision with the sun, okay, is what is coming through with this card. So this is about, you grounding yourself as well. And going with the sun, because there's a lot of sun energy in there, okay? And then there's the Four of Swords, and it comes through with recuperation and convalescence. So there's been a time that you may be in that space now, and you may go through this space now, but it's keeping it again, but it's like, but taking notice of when you do need rest, and resting. before you like burn out, you know, because I kind of feel like there's a sense of burnout or an overexertion of energy in some way or form, that it's like, yeah, okay, and you may have like been sitting around for a bit. It's time to get moving now. And with ideas and thoughts, and that you may have had them on the background, back in the background for quite some time. It's like bringing them forth again, and it may be just the way that you're delivering it as well. So looking at that, but there's definitely some sort of movement or action in some sort of way with the fight, with these wands coming out with you and moving forward. So, you know, remembering to take some time out, okay, when you're in it from everything for a bit. A sacrifice of choice with the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is basically, you know, there's something is turning around, because you can see, like, I'm hearing like turning around, but it's like there's some choices that are needing to be made on saying that, but it's like a yes or a no for some of you, and some of you are maybe weighing it up. But I'm feeling too, there's the other thing about, it's like seeing things from another point of view as well. Because, you know, typically, you know, you look at the Hanged Man, he's hanging from his right foot. Okay, and right foot for me, or the right side, is generally to do with the physical side. So there's something that, you know, you're holding yourself off from as well, or you've made a choice to sit back and we'll move forward. We can make another choice in whatever direction you want to go, but it's about seeing things from another point of view as well, because I'm seeing around the head, and things are like upside down. So, and things may have been upside down, but it's now turning them around the other way, but that is through choice. And you may have made a sacrifice in some way or form, but it's time to like come back and, you know, make some changes basically, okay? And there's that thing about, you know, because there's water, it could have been underneath his head. It could have been to do with, you know, some emotional stuff, and you needed to take some time out, but it's time to come back out again. Because there are some changes in fortune. The Wheel of Fortune is there, and the Wheel of Fortune not just talks about money, but there's that, you know, there's things go around in a cycle. Then it's with life, and then life, you know, when we connect it to money and things like that, that goes around in a similar sort of cycle as well. So it's like, and you could be in a really good space and you're up the top there, but you could be in this more balanced space in the middle there, and just observe, you know, working through things and observing from that. Even though she's blindfolded, there's that sense of, you know, wherever she is, she knows where she is, and understanding as well was what I'm getting with that. So it's kind of going into that space, okay? And like you could be up the top, then you could be like, you know, as the cycle moves around, you know, and sometimes we're at a different space where we're having to, you know, look at things differently, and our energy comes back up, and we're, you know, and it goes around in a cycle again. And how, depending on how you find that balance, that centeredness in there, will depend on your actions, basically. So we can, you know, so it's just about looking about where you feel which part of that cycle is, and about finding that balance, that centeredness, okay? Is where they're going with that one. Okay. Oh, okay. So, and then the end of a situation or phase with the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is, for me, there's like something in the background where that you've, you know, in the past, basically, you know, all those knives and daggers and stuff that you've been carrying. It's a lot of them, we've stuck them there ourselves, and some of them as others, but in a sense, but anyway, there's an end to all that, and something, whatever the phases that you've been working through, okay? So just leave it there, and it's like learning from that. That's, you know, an end of a situation that you've worked through that, and it's something is starting to move, moving into. So there's, I feel like some of you will start to come into that transitional space if you're not in there now, but this is coming. On saying that, assuming you're going to, like, you know, take action where you need to take action, slow down when you need to slow down, and things are, but something is coming. It's slowly but surely that you've gotten there, but something is moving a little bit quicker. But it's like with this energy of this Knight of Wands that's come through here. Okay, super cool. So Archangel Raphael would like to interject now with something and share a message with you. So, oh, cool. Okay, wait, be patient. Your true love is not ready for you yet, and neither are you for them. Okay, so there may have been, maybe that's what it is, you know, that's been like slowed you up a bit, and you may have like, oh, blah, 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 gone into a funny little space, but it's time to get back moving, because if your energy isn't high and vibrating out there, and you're not getting out there, you're not going to be attracting, you know, the person who is, you know, that you've put out for, you know, who is best suited for you at this time and point. So old love, a rekindle or return. There could be something like that that's come in, and it that could have like shifted the way that you're thinking and feeling, which is, you know, what is happening with, you know, before this, why some of you may be still in this funny little mood space. But I feel like there's an old love or rekindle, and some sort of rekindling or return in there as well, that he's bringing through for you. So and like I say, that's like when our energy, when we're putting it out there, when we're getting ourselves out there, when we're lifting our energies, things start to happen, because we start to open, our energy starts to be able to tap into others, and others into ours. And it's just, and the universe starts to open things up, because, you know, if we're closed in, our energy is closed in. So how are we going to, or how are you going to meet people, different people, feel a lot better about yourself, and, you know, in life in general, and get out and do this with your energy levels are out there, or up, or just out in your auric space. Putting your aura out is, you know, we're starting to, you start to feel a lot better. Okay, so find your truth in the matter, know it, then make your choice. Okay, so which is something that is, I kind of feel that goes back to that hanged man in a way. Could be to do about this relationship in here. And some people may have their thoughts about it. But it's really like, what is your truth? And being honest and truthful to yourself is where you want to go with it, basically. And you choose what you want to do, be, give, or have or give. I'm just adding give on there as well. It's not on there, but that's what Archangel Raphael would like to share with you, and to lift your spirits, sending you lots of love. And this is about you showing up to yourself as well. Cool. There's a lot of beautiful energy in there. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to leave that with you now, Leo, and we shall see you next week on, actually, where are they going? I kind of want to go to the kyanite, actually. This is what I often wear. Kyanite is basically, I'll just read this one. Kyanite does not accumulate negative energies, and it therefore never needs to be cleansed or cleared. It induces tranquility and calm, as well as enhancing communication and psychic awareness. Strengthens the throat chakra, enhances creative expression, communication, truth, loyalty, reliability, serenity. And it also facilitates astral one-dimensional travel, and connected with the chakras of the throat and the third eye. So I don't know why, but there's something in there that may be helpful with a piece of kyanite. So as always, you know, as usual, I'm going to share with you if you don't want to buy a piece, or you haven't got a piece, or you can't get a hold of a piece, the other option is to, you know, go on the internet and find an image of kyanite and find one, you know, that resonates with you. And I like to, set it up as a background on my computer screen, on one of my screens, and just melt into it, or just feel its vibration booming out to me, and melt into it, absorb it, and you know, in a meditative way. It's just amazing. So anyway, my guides and helpers, and my spiritual team, and the energy of the intergalactic and multidimensional energies who are working with me, but also the energy of Leo. We would like to leave this with you, and to culminate over, and hopefully it helps you in some way, and gives you a little bit of direction, or a bit of confirmation. We like to leave this with you with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, adventure and prosperity in abundance. Okay, bye for now. See you next Tuesday.